This is Denver, Colorado, the man, not the place, and welcome to the first edition, the very first episode of All Killer. We're going to be presenting 4 full matches in their entirety, absolutely for free, right here at youtube.com/beyondwrestling. We're going to be getting things started. JT Dunn and Mark Shurman with John Harder in their corner, collectively known as the Professional Revolution. They're going to be going up against the remaining members of the KOA, Sugar Dunkerton and Aaron Epic. All 4 of these individuals had a hell of a night last night at the Swamp Sessions live event. All 4 of these competitors have tons of momentum coming into this contest. Last night, JT Dunn and Mark Shurman eliminated all 3 teams that they were put up against in the tag team gauntlet, although you can credit John Harder and Vernon Somoza for running interference on a number of occasions. And it looks like we're going to see JT Dunn and Aaron Epic starting things off right here. Aaron Epic knocking off Dave Cole in the 5th and final fall in a 3 out of 5 falls match last night. And you've got to wonder if fatigue is going to be a factor coming into this contest. Of course, Sugar Dunkerton going one-on-one with Eric Corpus for the very first time, able to defeat him as well. So once again, all 4 of these wrestlers have tons of momentum coming into this contest. Something's going to give. We've seen JT Dunn and Mark Shurman, the combination of the Professional Revolution with the most experience in tag team action over the past few months. The same could be said for the combination of Aaron Epic and Sugar Dunkerton. Of course, both Aaron Epic and JT Dunn tomorrow afternoon are going to be competing in the Young Lions Cup for Chikara. So we're perhaps going to be feeling each other out the opening moments of this contest. And look at the way that Aaron Epic was able to connect with that left elbow in order to break the hold from JT Dunn. It looks like Mark Shurman and both John Harder are giving advice to Dunn. And Aaron Epic so confident in his ability, he's going to let JT Dunn apply a headlock. Thinks that he'll be able to escape. And just like that, able to bring JT Dunn down to a knee and grabbing control of that wrist. Now he's got the knuckles locked up. Asking the other wrestlers on ringside whether or not he should break it, and just jamming that elbow down to the mat. JT Dunn favoring that left arm early on in this contest. His elbow popping in the opposite direction. And again, Aaron Epic continuing to focus the attack on that arm. JT Dunn looking for an escape, able to roll through, reversing the pressure, just clubbing away at the shoulder of Aaron Epic. These 2 individuals squaring up once again. Collar and elbow tie-up. Aaron Epic able to take down JT Dunn and again bending his arm in the opposite direction, trying to dislocate that elbow. But JT Dunn able to find an escape with that head scissors. This is a somewhat easy maneuver to reverse, and Aaron Epic right here able to free his leg, forcing JT Dunn's legs open. And now look at the way he's bending the wrist, using JT Dunn's leg against him. Dunn almost pinned right here. And Aaron Epic continuing to wrench away at that wrist. Now maintaining control. This could be a mistake though, letting his opponent back up to his feet. And there we see JT Dunn landing that knee to the midsection. Now trying to build momentum by coming off the ropes. Gets caught with that calf kick. Taken down to the mat. And JT Dunn has had enough of Aaron Epic. Tagging out to Mark Shurman. Aaron Epic winding up right here. Sugar Dunkerton begging for the tag. And he's going to get it. The 2 fresh competitors entering this contest. And Sugar Dunkerton looking to mock the size of Mark Shurman, one of the largest competitors on the Beyond Wrestling roster. And that's nothing to joke about. Of course, Mark Shurman, one of the biggest members, also one of the least experienced members of the Beyond Wrestling roster. Now Sugar Dunkerton talking some trash, trying to get in the head of Mark Shurman. It Looks to have worked. A lot of the wrestlers are on ringside chanting in the favor of Sugar Dunkerton. And Dunkerton just feeding off the energy. Really flustering Mark Shurman. These two haven't even tied up yet. No physical contact between the two, but it looks like Sugar Dunkerton already has an advantage. Shurman's really going to need to focus here, especially somebody who's as well-traveled as Sugar Dunkerton. Dunkerton and Shurman finally tying up, which could have been a mistake as Dunkerton is planted firmly on the mat. And look at this, Dunkerton looking to retreat on the outside to regain his composure. Mark Shurman posing for YouTube, saying hi to his mom. It looks like Sugar Dunkerton's going to give it another go. Getting back in the ring. Sugar Dunkerton telling Mark Shurman to meet him right in the center of the ring. Not sure if Mark Shurman is going to allow himself to be lured into this trap. They tie up once again. And this time Sugar Dunkerton placed on that top rope. How insulting. And that clubbering blow right to the face. Just a straight shot. Shurman comes charging in, he gets caught with the boot. Comes charging in once again. Sugar Dunkerton leaping right over and connecting with that dropkick, sending Shurman into the corner. And now that diving headbutt able to take his opponent down to the mat. Mark Shurman trying to get back up to his feet, unable to do so, caught in the temple with a knee from Sugar Dunkerton. And now it's Shurman who's looking to tag out to JT Dunn. John Harder saying that the KOA are embarrassing the professional revolution, and it's hard to argue with that. Take a look at the leg sweep. JT Dunn smashing head first into the canvas. And JT Dunn unable to maintain his balance, crashing face first into the turnbuckle. Now Sugar Dunkerton having a little fun. Tying up the hair of JT Dunn. Now stepping on it and dropping the knee on the ponytail. Tell you, somebody with long hair, that certainly hurts. That's why it is illegal to pull on the hair, especially with that knee coming down and pulling the hair out from the roots. And the intimidation factor from the KOA. Now Sugar Dunkerton charging in with that clothesline. Aaron Epic looking to hit another maneuver in the corner with that charging knee. Is Aaron Epic taking too much time going to the cover? Only good for a 2, and he did not hook the leg of his opponent either. Aaron Epic with that front face lock. He's brought into the wrong corner. Mark Shurman landed shots on the outside as JT Dunn has him trapped. And once again, this time with the referee distracted, and JT Dunn able to nail that clothesline, taking Aaron Epic down to the mat, stopping the momentum of the KOA for the time being. Aaron Epic trying to pull himself up using the ropes. JT Dunn using this opportunity to choke away. Now as the referee is arguing with JT Dunn behind his back, Mark Shurman and John Harder both interfering. Sugar Dunkerton trying to get in the ring to help his partner, but the referee will not allow it. The referee turns around just in time to see the legal tag between JT Dunn and Mark Shurman, and the strength of Mark Shurman on display. Mark Shurman saying that it's time to show YouTube the Sureplex. Nothing but a vertical suplex. Textbook form nevertheless. Especially against an opponent so large. A maneuver like that, a rudimentary hold, can be so devastating. Aaron Epic with the fortitude to still kick now. Again, the longer this match goes, it's going to favor JT Dunn and Mark Shurman, especially targeting somebody who competed in a match that went over 30 minutes last night in Aaron Epic. That grueling 3 out of 5 falls match. And now JT Dunn with that cravat applied, continuing to wear down Aaron Epic. But Epic has so much heart trying to fight back up to his feet. And what an amazing year Aaron Epic has had here in Beyond Wrestling. The winner of the first ever tournament for tomorrow. Now again tomorrow, both of these guys entering the Young Lions Cup. Look at this combination of offense out of JT Dunn. Both the kicks find the mark and that backdrop driver. JT Dunn hooking the leg. And Sugar Dunkerton having to come in to break up that pin attempt. John Harder saying that Professional Revolution is winning the match, but they do not have the match won. And it looks like JT Dunn was distracted by getting instructions from John Harder. That was the opening that Aaron Epic needed. We've got a blind tag from Mark Shurman. Aaron Epic doesn't realize it yet. But JT Dunn nailing that backcracker. Now just bringing it back up to his feet for Shurman to plow right through him with that clothesline. The leg is hooked. Is this going to do it? Oh, that was a close call. Take another look at the impact right there. The lung blower bringing it back up to his feet, and Mark Shurman just taking it down once again with that clothesline. Now Shurman trying to keep Epic grounded with that rear chin lock. And look at the size of Shurman's arm. Pretty much engulfing Aaron Epic's head. Epic back up to his feet. A series of elbows. He's able to create the distance that he needed. Trying to build momentum off the ropes. Able to duck out of the way of the clothesline. But that was a mistake. Going for the crossbody. Caught into the waiting arms of Mark Shurman. Shurman just dumping him. Could this do it? Is that enough? Again, it's up to Sugar Dunkerton to break up that pin attempt to keep his team alive in this contest. Shurman perhaps making a rookie mistake right here. His opponent was already down on the mat. Instead, bringing him up to his feet. Epic able to wiggle his way out and sending Shurman into JT Dunn, who was waiting for Aaron Epic. I think they were going to be looking for a powerbomb kick in the corner combination. And here we've got Sugar Dunkerton finally tagged back into the match. A series of shots for both JT Dunn and Mark Shurman. Really caught Dunn with that elbow. The jab for Shurman, the clothesline for Dunn. And now a series of jabs. Aaron Epic coming in with those chops. Mark Shurman is in trouble here. Getting his legs taken out from underneath him. Sugar Dunkerton getting right up in his face. Coming off the ropes and just catching him with that drop kick to the midsection. Almost kicked him right out of the ring. But Sugar Dunkerton made a mistake, playing up to some of the other wrestlers on ringside, and JT Dunn caught him with that forearm in the back of the head. And once again, it's back to Epic and Dunn. What a strike exchange from these two. Who's going to be the first to go down? Epic taking off the elbow pad. Dunn connected with an elbow once again. Just like that, one kick from Aaron Epic, able to take Dunn down to his feet. He misses with the kick, though. And now that running big boot from JT Dunn. This action almost too fast to call. Epic won't stay down. He knows if he's down on his back, that's where he's going to get pinned. I'm not even sure the referee knows who the legal man is at this point. Epic holding onto the ropes, but he gets caught right on the side of the head. JT Dunn going for that kick, but he gets blocked and just driven head first, DDT style, into that bottom turnbuckle. Let's take another look at that. All the impact, and what an awkward landing for JT Dunn. Aaron Epic unable to pull it together. Mark Shurman capitalizing on the opening. These matches so fast and furious. Looks like Sugar Dunkerton, something else in mind. Keeping Mark Shurman in the ring to be able to nail a series of strikes. But what happened right there? What's John Harder doing getting himself involved right here? Sugar Dunkerton bringing him up on the apron, able to move out of the way. And John Harder has been sent right into the concrete wall. Shurman drop kicked right out of the ring. Oh, but a fresh JT Dunn. Snapmare and Sugar Dunkerton down to the mat. Looking like he's going for a low super kick, but out of nowhere, it's the fastball punch from Aaron Epic. He's got JT Dunn hooked up. And look at this combination from the KOA. The spinning backdrop driver and the clothesline finds its mark. And the KOA are victorious against the Professional Revolution. Take another look at the fastball punch. And then that combination backdrop driver clothesline. And Epic and Dunkerton picking up a win and picking up a point each. Again, we saw the Professional Revolution knock off 3 tag teams in a row last night, but unable to defeat the KOA. And Aaron Epic and Sugar Dunkerton continuing to ride that wave of momentum that they built up from the Swamp Section's live event last night. We've seen that there's been some issues between John Harder and the other members of the Professional Revolution. But JT Dunn might be out right here. Somebody better check on him.
All of you losers sitting here don't get a He beat you up. You look like screwing.
Well, Mr. Touchdown issuing an open challenge to anybody that's in the back. None of the wrestlers that are already sitting around ringside, and it looks like Johnny Miyagi, perhaps more guts than brains, is going to be answering the challenge. And let's not forget, Mr. Touchdown was introduced into Beyond Wrestling by the #1 ranked wrestler, Mark Angel. And Mr. Touchdown claims that he wants to be like Mark Angel. However, he wants to be better than Mark Angel because he wants a longer undefeated streak. Well, so far, Mr. Touchdown has only had 2 matches here at Beyond Wrestling, but he has not been beaten yet. And I'm not sure that Johnny Miyagi is going to be the man to do that. Again, this is the type of thing that earns you the respect of the other wrestlers, taking on a challenge like this. I don't think that Johnny Miyagi is in the right state of mind. Johnny Miyagi is certainly a chip on his shoulder coming to the match, though. He's scheduled to compete at the Swamp Sessions live event. Unfortunately, due to time constraints, that match was not allowed to happen, so he's certainly got something to prove here. Mr. Touchdown seems to be frustrated with the fact that he's not able to remove those shoulder pads. Usually he has Dasher Hatfield in his corner to assist him. And now it looks like he's getting in the face of the official asking for help. Mr. Touchdown really struggling, embarrassing himself before the match even begins. He can't get his pads off. Looks like finally Mr. Touchdown is able to get that jersey and those pads off. This match will begin momentarily. Mr. Touchdown, what's he going to do with that football? Just spiking it in the center of the ring, bouncing all over the New England Pro Wrestling Academy. Now the referee is going to be checking Mr. Touchdown to see if he brought any illegal objects into this match. You got to wonder if Mr. Touchdown knew who was backstage already to issue a challenge so specific. I mean, he's got Johnny Miyagi outweighed by, it's got to be close to 100 pounds. I mean, Mr. Touchdown goes to the range of probably about 220 pounds. I'd be surprised if Miyagi weighs more than 140 pounds soaking wet. Touchdown's down to the 3-point stance. What's Miyagi doing? This guy is weird.
Why'd you stop, nerd?
Miyagi perhaps realizing now that the bell has officially rung just exactly what is standing across the ring from him. You got to wonder if nerves are setting in right now.
Hold on, hold up. Watch out.
Mr. Touchdown showing some ninja skills of his own. Hopefully he's a better football player than he is a ninja. What is Miyagi doing right here? And Mr. Touchdown not playing around anymore, just sending Miyagi almost through the ring. Pouncing him right into the corner. Miyagi getting his knees caught up on the rope and then being driven down face first. An impressive feat of strength from Mr. Touchdown, and Miyagi's in trouble early on. Slammed right down to the mat, pulling up the knee pad and just dropping the knee right on the head of Johnny Miyagi. What is Mr. Touchdown doing right here? Trying to get that glove off. He doesn't need it to grip onto the football. Oh! And so disrespectful, just slapping Johnny Miyagi across the face with that glove. What is Mr. Touchdown reaching into his pants for here? Again, just slapping Miyagi in the air. Now with one hand, snapping him in the center of the ring. Turning him so that he can face the other wrestlers. And now trapping his arms. This doesn't look like a submission hold. It looks like he's trying to subdue him more than anything else. And Mr. Touchdown putting some of that paint on underneath Johnny Miyagi's eyes.
This guy was a poser in high school. One night he was in the bathroom taking a poo, and I went in there before he got the flush. He had hair too back then. And I stuck his head in the toilet, and I gave him a swirling.
Well, Mr. Touchdown saying that Johnny Miyagi is a poser for wearing the football paint. That's not how he came into this contest. And Mr. Touchdown popping him up about 10 feet in the air and driving him down with that spine buster. That's it. Quick match. Here, at oh, come on, that was it. Again, take a look at the elevation and then just driving him down. The back, his head, his spine, his neck, all colliding with the mat. Miyagi's not even moving right here. The referee should be calling this. Now, Mr. Touchdown, what the hell does Mr. Touchdown have in mind? Touchdown really showing his true colors. What a bully he really is, especially without Dasher Hatfield here to control him. And now giving Miyagi a wedgie, bringing him back to life. And now just dragging him down by his underwear and just throwing him across the ring. And again, this is really starting to get uncomfortable. Oh, and just a stomp on the back of the head. Somebody needs to put a stop to this. Tell you what, this would not be allowed in a Chikara ring. They have a rule about excessive punishment. And perhaps after this contest, this is something we need to look into here at Beyond Wrestling. The referee effectively powerless to do anything except count the 3 at this point. And Touchdown, taking the lifeless body of Johnny Miyagi to drive him into that turnbuckle. Enough is enough. Oh, just the shoulder thrusts. Touchdown having to set Miyagi back up in position. And now Touchdown just showing off right here. Sending an emphatic statement to all the other wrestlers here around ringside. Just exactly what he's capable of. Mr. Touchdown saying it's good. Now throwing Miyagi to the center of the ring. Hopefully he's going to be pinning him right here. A mercy killing. And pulling him up once again.
Hey, Dunn. What are you doing? That's enough.
Now Mr. Touchdown setting up one of his gloves. Took his other glove off. Now placing Johnny Miyagi's head on top of it. Oh, King Glove Toe. Boy, this guy thinks he's clever, huh? And just planting the glove on the face of Johnny Miyagi. Finally, 1, 2, 3. Well, the referee hesitated before counting the pin. Perhaps trying to give Johnny Miyagi an extra advantage to kick out.
You want me to kick your ass now too?
Oh, now Mr. Touchdown getting the official's face too.
He's done, that's it. Beat him up. I know
Johnny Miyagi's out. The referee could have counted to 100. Didn't matter if he hesitated or not. Now the referee trying to escape the ring for his mistake. I think he realizes what he's done right here. And now, come on, somebody's going to put a stop to this. I mean, it's one thing to attack an opponent, but the referee's just there to call the match. And now ripping his underwear, giving him a wedgie. And again, this situation's just going from bad to worse. Mr. Touchdown here today, obviously to send a statement to all the other wrestlers on the roster. There's no need to do this. I mean, typically in an instance like this, we usually don't see the other wrestlers get involved when this type of attack is perpetrated on another wrestler because, I mean, at the end of the day, it's up to you to handle your own business, but I'm not sure who's going to come to the aid of the official. Again, Touchdown just dragging him by that elastic band on his underwear. Right by all the other wrestlers. Just making an example out of the official, too. Mr. Touchdown is not to be messed with. Just clubbing away. There's no need to continue to attack him. Now hanging him up by his underwear on that doorknob. Touchdown just continuing to attack him. Referee begging for mercy. You better believe that this referee is not going to make another mistake in another Mr. Touchdown match. Touchdown asking all the other wrestlers what they're looking at. An uncomfortable silence coming over the New England Pro Wrestling Academy as Aaron Epic and Drew Gulak, Sugar Dunkerton, trying to help Johnny Miyagi out of the ring. He might need medical attention after the beating that he received. And Mr. Touchdown walking off and staring all the other wrestlers down as he does so. And Mr. Touchdown keeping up his undefeated streak, that's for sure. Next matchup featuring a newcomer to Beyond Wrestling, Biff Busick going up against the debuting Rory Mondo. Best known for his work in CZW, a deathmatch wrestler, but looking to use Beyond Wrestling as a platform to prove that he can go with the best technical wrestlers as well. And Biff Busick might just be the best technical wrestler in New England. Somebody who's trained not only with Lance Storm in Canada, but also with Funaki down in Texas. He's done over 24 appearances with the WWE. Biff Busick trying to make a name for himself. All of that training doesn't amount to anything unless he can travel the country and prove just how good of a wrestler he is. And a win over somebody like Rory Mondo, who has competed internationally, is certainly going to turn some heads. Rory Mondo able to avoid contact, going right into that rear waist lock, now just bringing Biff Busick down to the mat. A lot of people don't know this, but Rory Mondo has competed in a number of judo tournaments, also well-versed in amateur wrestling, competing in both high school and college. Mondo taken down by the larger Biff Busick. Busick doesn't have much of a size advantage on Mondo, but you got to think that what little size he has over Mondo, he's certainly been using to his advantage. Now Mondo tying up the legs of Biff Busick. This is going to be a very difficult position for Busick to counter. Not sure why Mondo instead decided to go for that front facelock. That could have been a mistake because Busick found an escape. Now trying to keep control of the body by controlling the arm. Mondo tripping him up, going for that lateral press, taking him down with that side headlock. Busick quick to escape with the head scissors. And we have a standoff. Busick, very fierce competitor, extremely intense. Again, just coming back to the New England scene, one of the first places that he's looking to compete is Beyond Wrestling, because he realizes just how much his stock can rise by picking up wins against competitors who are literally traveling in from all over the country to make a name for themselves. Mondo out of the way, Busick charging into the corner, but able to regain the momentum by kicking Mondo right in the gut. Now we're going to be looking to powerbomb him. Mondo holding on right here and able to reverse with that sunset flip. A beautiful pinning combination. Busick missing with the clothesline. Mondo misses with one of his own. Finally taken off his feet. He's lucky he didn't have his head taken off. Someone back up to the corner, having to hold onto the ropes in order to keep himself up. Now Busick letting out a shriek before he comes charging in. But this time Mondo waiting with the elbow in place. That pop-up powerbomb reversed with a Hurricane Rana. And Busick rolling out of the ring. Mondo keeping his eyes on his opponent. Going up to that top turnbuckle. And nailing Busick with that cross-body to the floor. So far, an impressive showing from Rory Mondo. Again, take another look at the impact. Biff Busick sandwiched between the concrete and his opponent. Now Mondo following him back into the ring. Checking on him right there. Going right into the pin. You're going to wonder if there was that moment of hesitation. It looked like Mondo was thinking of bringing Busick back up to his feet. Instead, he went right for the pin. This match could have been over. Busick able to find a reversal. The same can be said for Mondo. And Mondo's got Busick up on his shoulders, just rolling him out, slamming him in position. Now moving him away from the ropes. There we see that Arabian press moonsault. The impact right into the pin. And that was a close call. Busick probably about a tenth of a second away from losing this contest. Still showing signs of life. And making sure to maintain eye contact with his opponent, to know where his opponent is at all times. Mondo once again could be making a mistake by allowing his opponent to get back up to his feet. Looking for the opportunity to nail that form. That could be a mistake. Biff Busick proving to be one of the hardest hitters on the Beyond Wrestling roster. Another match that we posted a few months ago between Biff Busick and Taka Suzuki. Those guys beat the hell out of each other. Rory Mondo able to get the hands up to prevent the full impact from that dragon suplex. And as a result, he's able to continue onward in this contest. Busick finding his second win right here. Now going perhaps for a backdrop suplex. No, instead, looking to position Rory Mondo on the top rope. Oh no, what does Busick have in mind right here? Looks like he's going for that dragon suplex now from the top rope. Mondo fighting for life and limb. But Busick following up once again. Oh no, not from the top rope. Not from the top rope. Busick is desperate right here if he's going to try and nail that suplex from the top rope. Mondo able to find an escape. Busick favoring his knee and just gets ridden down with that double stomp. Right on the small of the back. 2, 3, that's it. A very impressive victory from Rory Mondo. Look at the impact on that double stomp coming off the top rope, and Busick is out. Not only the impact of the feet of his opponent, driving him on the mat, with the impact colliding face first into the canvas. That's enough for Rory Mondo to pick up the victory. And an emphatic win here in his debut. And I'll tell you what, it's not often that we see wrestlers win their debut match here at Beyond Wrestling, especially when going up against competitors that have already been on the roster, who have been able to get acclimated to the atmosphere. But that's exactly what Rory Mondo was able to do right here. And making sure to check on Biff Busick to make sure that he's all right. Not looking to injure his opponent, just looking to do enough damage to defeat him in the spirit of competition. And Biff Busick is certainly favoring his injuries as he heads to the back. Here we are heading into the main event of All Killer Episode 1. The former Johnny Mangway, now going by Jaka. That is the Savage side, and he has taken a vow of silence. He's saying that he's going to let his actions speak for him until he becomes the #1 ranked wrestler in Beyond Wrestling. So again, now we see the Savage side, Jaka, in full effect, going up against the head trainer here at the New England Pro Wrestling Academy, Brian Fury. This is a first-time encounter of the main event of All Killer Episode 1. If you like what you see, please leave a comment, hit that thumbs up button. We'd love to put out more of these All Killer episodes, but you guys have to demand it. We need to make sure that you guys want to see it before we go through the process of releasing 4 or 5 matches at a time. Johnny Mangway looking for the jaws of the Jaguar early on, trying to put Fury away, but Fury able to send Mangway close to the ropes, able to find that separation that he needed. Excuse me, I've got to break out of the habit of calling him Mangway. Again, he wants to be referred to as Jaka right now. The full embodiment of the Savage side. You will not see anything from the smooth side. Those 2 sides that Johnny Mangway was once comprised of. Now that he's rid himself of the pit boss, Jaka wants to raise himself to the top of the ranks here in Beyond Wrestling. In order to do so, he has to avoid holds like that from Brian Fury. Fury able to take Jaka down to the mat. Now looking for that crossface. One of the differences we've seen between Mangway as a competitor and Jaka, no boots, he's got the feet taped. No kick pads either. And take a look at all of the fingers on the right hand taped up individually. We're going to see how that's going to factor into this contest as it goes on. Brian Fury favoring his ear. Neither of these competitors really able to build momentum in this contest. Fury had that headbutt scouted and driving Jaka face first down to the mat. Now just stomping away at the shoulder. And the midsection once again. Now Brian Fury just grinding his elbow on the face of Jaka. Of course, Jaka picking up an impressive victory over Jigsaw, somebody who competed recently on national television for TNA as Rubik's. Again, Jaka with a lot to prove here against Brian Fury, basically in his home. Jaka does have a lot of momentum coming into this contest. And speaking of momentum, Jaka able to reverse the momentum on the Irish whip. Fury sent chest first into the corner and then taken down with that neck breaker. As Jaka goes for that rolling thunder headbutt, Brian Fury again out of the ring. Jaka just sending himself over the top rope, colliding with his opponent, but also crashing head first into the floor. It's going to wonder how much that took out of Jaka. Well, if Jaka's hurt, you wouldn't know it. Taking a couple moments to make sure that the other wrestlers at ringside are firmly behind him. And take a look at that open hand strike, connecting with all 5 of the fingers, and once again now to the forehead of Brian Fury. We're seeing a lot more strikes with the hands and with the head than we would normally see out of Johnny Mangway. Mangway used to be a lot more reliant on those kicks, as well as some power attacks, but instead we're seeing a lot more striking, and again with that taped hand. Again, using all 5 fingers individually to drive them. Rather than one point of contact, there's 5 individual points of contact every time he strikes his opponent. Fury able to break the hold. Jaka sending him face first into his knee. Now perhaps going for a clothesline. He telegraphed that. Fury, pick it up. Jaka over his head. Oh, and for Christ's sake, the impact on that Alabama slam. I can't believe that Jaka kicked out of that. Let's see if we can take another look at that. He had his opponent rotated him 270 degrees into the mat. And the impact not only in the back of the head, but the spine. Jaka's going to be rattled here. Fury having to help him back up to his feet, now sending Jaka out of the ring. Jaka doing his best to prevent any impact on the apron, but Fury's following him out to the floor. And the former Johnny Mangway, he's had a rough year here in Beyond Wrestling. It was around this time last year that Eric Corvus convinced him that he needed to stop following Chris Dickinson's order. He needed to be his own man if he wanted to be successful in professional wrestling. But even still, he had the Pit Boss by his side. The Pit Boss preventing Jaka from picking up a clean victory over Johnny Gargano at the Back in Flesh live event. And of course, Johnny Mangway and Jaka coming up short against Davey Richards in the main of that same show. Looks like Jaka's finally gotten the proverbial monkey off his back, and the Pit Boss nowhere to be seen, especially after the controversial events that we saw at the Double Trouble live event, where Danny only tried to stab Eric Corvus after the show had concluded. Not sure if Jaka's going to be able to pull it out here, though. He might just be outmatched by Fury. Jaka really has not been the same since that Alabama slam. He looks visibly shaken. But perhaps this was the opening that he needed. Fury caught throat first on that top rope, catapulted to the center of the ring. Jaka realizing with a sense of urgency that it's now or never. He needs to capitalize on the situation and able to nail Fury with that headbutt. Jaka stumbling around, connecting with another headbutt. Looking to send Fury off the ropes. Fury with a reversal, and the dropkick finds the mark. Going to the pin, the leg is hooked. Jaka kicks out. Fury's starting to get frustrated with the official. I think the last thing that the official was going to want to do, especially after what we already saw from Mr. Touchdown, is make another mistake. He's going to be calling this contest right down the middle. Fury continuing to wear down Jaka. Jaka unintelligible at this point. Really suffering right here. Not sure if he realizes how close his foot is to the bottom rope. And now look at that. Look at, he's using the taped fingers to try and break the hold. And now going for the face. A lot of aggression out of Jaka. We're seeing a much more aggressive side than we would normally see out of Johnny Mangway. Just like that, Fury able to find that knee right in the midsection of his opponent. Cutting him off just like that. Jaka sent right to the corner and down to the mat. Here you see Fury holding his chest. I believe Jaka connected with those 5 fingers at one point. That was how he was able to escape that hold. You gotta give Fury credit though. Every time that Jaka tries to mount a comeback, he is stopped before he can really build any momentum. Fury wrestling at a very deliberate pace, and by doing so is not allowing himself to make many mistakes. Now sending Jaka to the corner, but this time Jaka exploding out, taking Fury down. Now with that double chop and the headbutt right to the chest. Jaka sizing up his opponent, looking for one of those combinations in the corner. We like to see him grab his opponent's legs and then nail a series of shots. Did you hear the impact from that open hand strike with those taped fingers? Fury's still fighting it off. He knows that he doesn't want to get trapped in the corner. Connecting with that back elbow. Jaka charging again, this time met with a boot. Fury able to counter that double choke bomb that we've seen Jaka use in the past. And look at the elevation on the powerbomb. Fury's gonna beat Oh, you gotta be kidding me! He had to have launched his opponent almost 10 feet in the air, driving him right down. Not only the impact, right in the pin, perfect coverage. And Jaka is proven to be one tough wrestler here. Fury's finished off a number of opponents with that hold here in Beyond Wrestling. That's his go-to maneuver. I'm not really sure how deep Fury can reach into his bag of tricks at this point. Fury caught up on the ropes. Jaka unleashing a series of kicks and headbutts. Jaka going out in the apron. Holding Fury in position and connecting again with those 5 individual fingers. Jaka up on the top rope. He's fearless, coming down with that cross body. The impact right into the pin again. And that was about as close as it gets. Great back and forth action, the main event between Jaka and Brian Fury. Fury, ever the veteran, knowing to bring himself to the ropes when he could not be pinned or forced to submit. And as a result, Jaka knowing that he's going to have to reposition Fury. Fury putting on the brakes. As he gets kicked, he's able to respond with that enziguri. But Jaka's shaking it off. Going for a kick. Fury connected with a super kick of his own. Jaka staggered right here. Now Fury trying to turn over his opponent. He's got that Boston Crab locked in. Perfect application of the hold. And look at the way that he has his hands locked. It's going to be impossible for Jaka to escape this hold. But perhaps I spoke too soon. Oh no, Jaka trying to use his upper body strength to pull himself to the ropes. He's in trouble right here. Jaka's just seconds away from tapping. It's really just a matter of time. But the wrestler's trying to will him. And look at the strength of Jaka, and able to counter, roll himself through, and trying to go right into the jaws of the Jaguar. That was the hold that he was trying to finish Fury off with at the start of this match. This maneuver, it almost works like a sleeper hold, but it's more effective because both feet are blocking the blood from going to the brain on both sides of the head. It's affecting both of the carotid arteries. Again, that control the blood flow to the brain. But take a look, a desperation attempt on a Fury, able to nail that low elevation powerbomb. And as he's going for that Boston Crab again, Jaka is just overwhelming Fury with those headbutts. Fury's going to have to give it up right here or he's going to pass out. Jaka not letting go of the hold. His right shoulder's off the mat, so that will not count as a pin against him. And there we see Fury giving it up. Jaka with such an impressive victory over Brian Fury, able to get his opponent to submit with the jaws of the Jaguar. I mean, really, Fury was just moments away from fading. I mean, he had no idea where he was in the ring right there. I mean, his left leg was pretty close to that bottom rope, but he was not able to get to it to break the hold. And Jaka now with a win over Jigsaw, a win over Matt Taven, and now a win over Brian Fury. I'm going to tell you, whatever it is that the former Johnny Mangway is channeling, this so-called savage side, he's more focused than we have ever seen him before. And he's certainly got one thing right. If he's not going to be speaking anymore, this vow of silence, he's going to be letting his actions do the speaking for him. He's made a profound statement here today by defeating Brian Fury in his home, the New England Pro Wrestling Academy. And Fury's still favoring his chest, his throat, his neck. I mean, he's been to war. But a great effort out of Brian Fury. And as we wrap things up right here, please make sure, if you're not already doing so, please subscribe at youtube.com/beyondwrestling. You can find us too, facebook.com/beyondwrestling and twitter.com/beyondwrestling. For all the other wrestlers here, I'm Denver, Colorado. Thank you for joining us.